Good evening, everyone. My name is Someshwar. I welcome all of you on behalf of Art of League organization to this Yog Vaashishtha evening study group sessions. नमस्ते, मैं आप सभी का आर्ट ऑफ लिंक संस्था की तरफ से हिंदी अपने योग वाशिष्ठ के सायंकाल के सत्र में स्वागत करता हूँ। आज हम लोग 43वें दिन तक पहुंच गए। टुडे वी आर ऑन 43rd सेशन। सो रोज की तरह हम लोग ओमकार का उच्चारण करके आज के सत्र की शुरुआत करते हैं। लेट अस ऑल क्लोज अवर आईज। एक साधारण सांस अंदर ले और छोड़ दे। ब्रीथ इन and let go. Gurudev says it's worth dropping our past, either pleasant or unpleasant. Let's take a deep breath in and as you breathe out, let go all your past. Come back to the present moment. This present moment is new. Let us welcome this present moment by chanting Om. Breathe in let us awaken the divinity within. Avahanam. 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 पुनः पुनः गुरु वंदना कर ले। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री श्री गुरवे नमः। Let us pray to the divinity. Whatever the words that we speak, whatever the actions that we do, whatever the thoughts come into our mind, whatever the decisions, judgments, discrimination that arise in our intellect, whatever the impressions that are getting created in our memory, and that little bit of iota of ego, of separateness from the divine, let thy be with inspiration from the Master. We, the people walking on the path of liberation, if we become free in this moment with the blessings of the Master, let the remaining life, and if we have to come here to do some seva, do some good deeds, even that, also be with the inspiration of the Master. Let us pray like this. Slowly and gradually, you may open your eyes. Jai Gurudev. So let's begin with our today's session. Till yesterday, we have seen the story of Padmaraja, Leela Saraswati, and Vidurat Raja, Leelavati, and Padmaraja and Saraswati Devi. Also, we have seen the story of Karkakati Rakshasi. So these are the two stories that we have seen till now. Now today also we will hear a very beautiful story of how the entire creation is created by the 10 Induputra. There is this Brahmana called Indu and his 10 sons, how they happened to create their own universe. No? Something very interesting story and very beautiful, profound learning that is going to come today. So we'll slowly and gradually we move towards that story. So let us see that concluding remark of the Karkakati Rakshasi. It is being said that this entire universe is nothing but it is just an expansion that happens in our mind. No, it is just the expansion of that chitta, expansion of that mind that happens as a illusionary, as an imaginary, as just as a dream, no, just as a hallucination. It just expands like that. So now to explain this in detail, Vaashishtha Muni tells him that, look, Rajan, look, hey Rama, it is just that we are not just aware about this fact. We consider because of the duality that is inherent in this nature, in this world, we think all this discrimination that has been put forward here, the day and the night, the knowledge and the not having a knowledge, and all these opposites that appear here are just for us to do the routine daily business, the routine daily vyavhara. Other than that, this does not carry any meaning. Anyway, it's all illusionary, anyway, it's all imaginary in nature. Now, to understand this, often people have been telling this through very beautiful stories. Often we see that our playing teacher, Sangeeta ji, often she narrates a story and then she explains the moral of the story. It's very beautifully that the one who would like to make these sessions very lively, they want to keep that sense of humor, they want to keep that light livelihood in the session, often happens to tell such stories. And in that story, that all the Guhya, that depth of that meaning is also explained, so that the people can experience the joy, so that the people can experience the knowledge. At the same time, they do not feel, oh, there is something very some very serious session is going on. So that is the importance of storytelling. That is also being explained in this end of this chapter, 28th chapter, that is the Rakshasi, Karkati Rakshasi's Katha. This demon called Karkati, we have seen the story of that. So by explaining this, that how beautifully they use all the different descriptions, all the different words, the descriptive words, all that is explained in such a nice manner, so that it can captivate the mind of the people, and they continue to listen, and that is how they also get the knowledge. So that is what the reason behind telling such stories. So with that note, Vasishtha Muni tells Rama that look, this entire world is just the expansion of this mind, and to understand that, let me tell you one more story. So here the Vasishtha Muni begins telling the one more story, that here there is a very beautiful concept that is been explained, is of something called as kalpa. So what is this kalpa? So it is being said that 4.32 million years of a humankind, our mankind, if it passes by, then that becomes one Mahayuga. Mahayuga means which compasses all the four yugas, the Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and the current one which is going on, Kali Yuga. So combine all this time frame together, put together, is called as one Mahayuga. So likewise, this, if we consider that 1,000 such cycles, 1,000 such cycles of yugas, if you consider together, that is called as one day of the Brahma. So these four yugas combined together is also called as kalpa. Means the kalpa starts and the kalpa ends. Means all the four yuga starts and they finish. And that is equivalent to 1,000 such yugas are passed. Cycles of those yugas are passed. That is just one day for the Brahma. Just one day. So in this cycle, there are many such things get forms and they get dissolved. Many such get formed and then dissolved. Kalpa starts every day morning, and the kalpa gets dissolved again when the evening comes, and in the night, the Brahmadev happens to be just calm and quiet, just being with the self. So that is what happens. And one fine day, Brahma again wakes up, and then he thinks, now let me let me create a new universe. And he is just observing this entire sky, this Chidakash, and nothing is there, nothing seems to be there. And he just keep on observing this Chidakash just like that. He doesn't see anything as such, but when he starts observing it very carefully, he happens to see there are 10 sagas, 10 different universes he sees. Even though there are 10 different universes, all of them are exactly like similar universe. Whatever that is supposed to happen in that universe is seen to be happening over there. He sees that there are also those Tribhuvanas, the Bhutakash, the Chittakash, and inside that Chidakash, all these Brahmandas there. So all these Tribhuvanas like Swargaloka, then Bhuloka and Pataloka, all the people, they are doing their own routine path in the Swarga. But there are people who are on the Bhuloka. There are some of them are searching and putting a lot of efforts to get that sukha, that happiness, temporary happiness in life. And the one who are walking on the path of this spiritual path, they are searching for the knowledge. So they are doing their japa, tapa, their daily routine. They are following like that in search of a liberation. And in the Patal Loka, there are serpents and other serpents like the Nagaloka and the Danavas, the demons. They are doing their own karma. So all these things seems to happen just exactly the universe which is created by the Brahma himself. So you see that all these things are happening over there. The entire seasons comes by, all the nature is exactly the way it's happening, the way it is being happening into the Brahma Loka, into the creation of the Brahma. Looking at these things, Brahmadeva says, what is this going on? How come And here I have not created all these things. How come these 10 different Brahmadev? There are 10 Brahmadevs also. In each of that Brahmanda, it has its own Brahmadev also. It has its own layers and everything is there. So they are sitting on that Padmasana on the lotus, and they are also like just like Brahmadev. They are a duplicate copy of Brahmadev. So by looking at these things, he really gets amazed to observe this thing, what's going on. He becomes curious and he would like to know more about it. So what he does, he just calls upon one of the sun, which is there in one of the universe, and he happens to call that sun. And then he asks, what is this going on? I am sitting here. I have not done anything. And how come all these 10 different sargas, all these 10, not swarga, huh? Sarga. Sarga means the universe, the entire universe is. How come this Brahmand is created? 10 different Brahmandas are created here like this. So listening to that, the son starts smiling. He said, come on, how can you ask that? You are the one who creates all these things. You are the one, because of you are the reason for happening all these things, and you are asking me only that who has created this. Ultimately, it's in that it is all happening your own chitta only. That once you start observing, it is very small way all these things happen to be created. So let me tell you what has happened. You have only imagined this in your last day. What happened in the last day, and that is where he start telling the story of someone called as Indu. Now, there is this Brahmana called Indu, and he is staying with his wife. Both of them are living their life very nicely, but they do not have any child. So because of that, they are a little bit unhappy about it, this situation. So now to have a baby in life, they happen to do all the tapasya. They follow the very rigorous tapa, and after some time, Brahmadeva is Shankar Bhagwan, actually it's said Shankar Bhagwan comes there and he gives them the boon. They ask that let us bless with 10 kids, and let all these 10 kids be very, very intelligent, and they also needs to be walking on this path of this spirituality. So they get that. So after that, they also been blessed with the 10 kids. Very early, in early childhood itself, they complete all the Veda, Vyasa, and all that things are completed. So they are shining. They are very emitting that energy, that positive energy in them. So likewise, the things continues, and one fine day, the Brahmana, the Hindu Brahmana, and his Patni, they passes away. But having this situation come to life, all of them become very sad. What is this that has happened? And they do not want to stay back home now. And they're doing all this chintan on this manan. And the elder one suggests that, look, we need to now search for all these temporary pleasures, whatever we are going through. Even if we do a lot of tapacharya, we'll finally get something like Indra. And when we consume that, remember the story of Arishtanemi? He rejects even the offer of Indra to go and settle there and enjoy Pada. But he said, again I will go to the same cycle, again we'll come back here. What is the funny in that? We don't want this. No, we are not interested. Let us find out something which is higher than this. And then the elder one suggests that, look, this Brahmadev, no, he seems to be the most powerful, he seems to be the intelligent one. He is established and he is experiencing all the Aishwarya in life. So let's become like him. So having this thought, how to attain that? So that is also that elder brother explained that, look, what you have to do. All that you have to do is just sit here, close your eyes, and in your dhyan, make a dharana. No? In your meditation itself, your thought itself, in your mind itself, you do this dharana, and you go a deeper meditation and assume that you already become the Brahmadev. You are sitting like a Brahmadev in the lotus, and then you are exactly behaving like a Brahmadev. What a Brahmadev does, you also do it. You do the abhyasa of this, do the continuous practice of this. So that is what they all respect him. They know that our elder brother will not misguide us, They believe in his words. So they all go, and all the 10 of them sits at one place and they start doing the meditation. Slowly and gradually they go into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So likewise, where is it happening? It's happening in the last day of Brahma. So last day of Brahma means it is the imaginated by Brahma only that all these things are happening. So that is what they do. So a few months passes, few years passes, so many years passes like this. No, even that kalpa, whatever is that Brahma's day, that happens to be finished. The Sayankal happens, the evening happens, and then that kalpa also seems to be ending. And by that time, even their body has been consumed by all the wild animals. But they are traveling. They are still meditating with their linga deha, means with their subtle body. They are still meditating and they are still thinking about they are the only Brahmadev and they are doing all the activities of the Brahmadev, whatever Brahmadev does. So now because of that, even though this Brahmadeva's day is actually completed here and the entire Kalpa is already passed, and in the night when he rested, just doing nothing, and the next day he wanted to do something, he still see that because they are mukt, they are not in the body. They are with their own chitta in this Chidakash. They have already formed these 10 Brahmandas, and all the things that which happens in universes is also happening over there. So that is how the sun explained that all these things are happened because of you only. You only imagine that they are doing like this in your last day. So you are the only reason for all that to exist here. Now again he tells that and it doesn't matter anyway, it's just your own yesterday's dream, that is that they are seeing there, that is that death exists there. And if you now want to create your own universe here, it is not going to matter. No, it is not the matter of matter that there is no space, that if already 10 Brahmandas there, how will I create the 11th one? That sort of concept doesn't exist here, because it is just a Chidakash, and then there is a infinite space that is available. So even though this 10 universe exists, it doesn't matter if you create one more universe over here. And likewise he explains in that, and then Brahmadev seems to ask that Surya, the Surya which comes from the sun, which comes from one of the Brahmanda, that why is it that I need to create this? After all, there is no need that I should create that 11th one. And even if I create the 11th one, just like which is exactly like that, similar to thing, what is the fun in that? What is that great achievement I will do doing that? And this is where the Surya explains to the Brahmadev that whatever you anyway do, anything that you do is not, you don't have any such intention as such. There is no craving as such. It is, you are just doing it just for the sake of, you have been assigned that kind of work, you have to create this universe, you are doing it. You do not have your own intention of doing any such things. So likewise, the very important concept, the very important learning that is being given here, that despite of you are mukt, despite of you are free in this worldly matter, despite of that they are not, you are coming out of your desire, one has to daily follow their routine. Is very important. One has to do daily follow their kartavya. Whatever the kartavya, whatever the duty that has been assigned to us, whatever the duty that we have assumed in our life, we must keep on doing that duty. Without expecting any fruit of that karma. It's okay even if you do not get any fruit of that karma, and any you are not expecting it. Oh Brahmadev, you are not anyway expecting it. But what is it that you will achieve by not doing your duties? So if you are not going to achieve any great deal of matter by not doing your duty, why not do it? Why not rather do it? It's a very important thing that many times we happen to ask this question: what are all the symptoms of these people who are free, actually free in their life? How they tend to behave? What are their daily routine? What is exactly they do? So they just do their karma as if they are not doing it. No, so that's a very beautiful learning. Some people's in a jnana, they happen to drop their duties. They happen to go and go into the jungle, go into the Himalayas, and to drop all their routines and all that. And that is actually not required. One can attain even by doing their daily routine, and even after you becomes free, you can still continue to do whatever this niyati, whatever is being given to you as a duty. You need to continue to perform that duty. No? So that's a very beautiful message that has been passed here by this Surya to this Brahmadeva. So likewise, it's all continues this. So this Chirakal Tiknarami is the one which remains. No? And it is also said that how these things are actually, and very beautiful thing how these Rishi Munis, they were so intelligent. They knew all the concept of this measurement also. Now how beautifully this Kala Ganana or the time. Today we say that we have 1 second, 1 minute, 1 day and all that, and after some time we don't know, just million and billion, trillion, and then that's about it. But look at these people, they have defined this time frame like the 4.32 million years of the humanity. All the 4 yogas, small yogas, how they translate into one Mahayuga, and how that translate into one Kalpa. 1,000 such things becomes the 1 day for the Brahma, and the entire life of the Brahma becomes 1 day of the Vishnu. The entire lifespan of the Vishnu becomes 1 day of the Shiva. So look at their thinking, look at their reach of their imagination or their invention. It was so great. They have defined this. You tell me any amount of time frame, and it can be calculated using all these different units of time that they have defined. Such a nice and very beautiful finer knowledge that these Rishimunis had. That is what we get to learn here. So this is very beautiful story of this Indu Raja's 10 sons, and how using their own meditation, using their own thinking, how they attained even the highest thing, that is the Brahmanda is they are able to create. They themselves become the Brahma of their own universe. No? So if they can do it, such things, why can't we? Why do we are looking for such a small thing, some tiny thing here and there in our life? Why can't we think something, have a very big vision? Like Gurudev, this entire world is my family. No, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole world is my family, and I want to go and spread this happiness to them. I want to keep spreading that stress-free, violence-free society. Why not align our dreams, our small dreams, instead of that, align our dreams with the bigger mind, with the bigger consciousness? Have a bigger dream for this. No, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavanti is what we say. Let this world be at peace. Let this world be happy. Why not bless like this? Once we have that power, once we realize that infinite source of power is there with us, why utilize it for such a small petty things here and there? Not yet dropping the karmas, not yet dropping the actions, doing your all the duties. No, expect for the highest, and that is also not expecting. And one fine day, even day, that expectations also will drop, because you will realize that whatever I am expecting, I am not different than that. Now, what is it that I'm expecting? I am only having all these things within me only. And then dawns the knowledge, then dawns the freedom. Then nothing can pause us, nothing can stop us. That's a beautiful message. That's a beautiful takeaway, learning we get to hear from this beautiful story of Indu Raja. And then tomorrow the son will start telling him one more story of Indra and Ahalya, how their minds become one, united, and what happens to them. One more interesting story is something that we will see tomorrow. So with that note, our today's session of presenting this Yog Vaashishtha Utpatti Prakaran in English concludes here. From my end, I will pause here, and I'd like to hand over this session to all of you. whatever that we heard here, if you have any questions around that, welcome to ask. If you would like to say something about it, you are welcome to say. If you'd like to share your life's experience, you will be able to say that. I am opening this session for Q&A, question and answer, and also do the brainstorm. A very beautiful thing. So definitely, I'm sure there is something to say about it. So over to you all. Unmute option is already kept open. You will be able to unmute yourself on your own. Are there any questions to be asked? Anything that you want to say? You can unmute yourself and we can continue the discussion. If there are no questions, we would like to open this for the brainstorm session. Let us hear out what you all have to say. You can begin with Sangeeta ji, Sachin ji. Yeah, over to you, Sangeeta ji. We can begin with the sharing. Whatever experience sharing we want to do, we can do that.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Someshwar ji. And good evening to all of you. It was very nice, beautifully explained, the story always takes you in a different mode, that's what it is always. So when we hear stories, we can relate more easily, is it? If anybody has anything, any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, we can share something with you. Okay. Okay, can we share something? So what comes in my mind is another story. Yeah, because all this is already so well explained. Again, to explain it's of no use. I don't feel that. Okay, so one day, a farmer, he had a land which he got from his father. And he went to see that land, he said, OMG, it's all, there were red color pebbles over there, red color stones, all. And he had to clean all of them, to till, to make the land fertile and everything. So he started doing, it was quite a big task for him. And he went on saying, what is this, oh God, like me question, why me? Always me, like that. So he also went on questioning, why me? Yeah. Now my dad had to give me, my father had to give me a land that also like this. He could have done something better and give it to me. Okay, he went on doing. So his wife, his small young daughter used to come there to help him to pick up those pebbles and throw them out. So one of his sons said, Dad, can I, father, can I take this few of me, to play that, what do you call, you hit the birds with that. What do you call, Someshwarji, can you tell me? Just to put a pebble and hit. Yeah. So that, his son said, I'll take some few stones at home. So he said, yeah, take it anyway, whatever I got to do. Like, okay. So he took that also. And they used to play there, small children with those stones and all.
It's called slingshot.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. I was not getting it. Yes. So, so one day, one rich man, he comes into that village. So coming, he saw that stone in between, he was a jeweler. Okay, so he saw that stone in between of, on the road. So he just picked it up and he went on seeing there were series of stones there. So following that, he went and stood in front of that farmer's house. Because he came to know now, it's from there only, it's coming, So he asked him, whose stones are these and what are these? And like, oh, my dad has left a land and it's full of these stones and I've been, trying to dispose them off from so many days. but still there are some few left. So my children have bought it here, was the answer from the farmer. And he said, okay, if you give me all of them now, I can pay you a huge amount of that for these stones. So he was astonished. He said, now what? What is this? What do you mean by this? The farmer asked. So the jeweler said, these are the rubies, and they are so extant ones. And each stone is so valuable that you will get a huge amount if you give me all, in bulk, if you have it. And there the farmer says, oh my God, I just went on throwing it like that without knowing the value for that. And he was really very sad. So hearing the story, we all pity that farmer ki, oh my God, kash usko pata hota ki what is the value for these stones, isn't it? We have that in our mind, right? Exactly, in the same way. These rubies, like, I have the breath, the count of the breaths that we have. You see the lifespan of any person is not the number of years. It is the number of breath that you take in, breathe in and breathe out. So those numbers are your rubies. And when the person is on the deathbed, how much he's ready to pay the doctor just for some few breaths? How much he's ready for that oxygen, for that? You take all my, today I just read, just now I got that 1.8 crore is the bill in Delhi for staying in the coronavirus time. 1.8 crore. Now, that is what it is. See? So that, that breath that we are getting it, how are we doing it? How are we, just wasting it? Behind this one, something thinking, something wrong, something here, something there. And the whole day, if you see, how are we just living? Giving out those breaths just away. But really, when you really need that breath at the end, how much are you ready to give? Your whole thing, take everything, whole empire, you're ready to give. Come on, give me some breaths to live. But that only when we are living now, we are just using it like that. Huh? So we should have that value for each and every breath that we are taking. Where is it going? In which direction? So that will give us, that valuable, that knowledge in us. Where are we using these breaths? So let's all use it in a very efficient way. Let's all meditate, because this is what we are going to take along with us. Those breaths which we have really utilized it in a good way is the actual treasure that we are making. It's not that treasure that we have it here or the bank balance or in some lockers or anything. It is this treasure that we will carry along ourselves. So let us use this breath in a very efficient manner. Use it in the right direction, and then you see how the results you get. Okay. So it was a very short one, but I always love that. Yeah. So anyone would like to share anything or say anything, you're welcome.
Beautiful, Sangeeta ji. Such a short and sweet story, but very, very profound. No, I guess we should arrange a separate session for just listening to the story of Sangeeta ji. Beautiful statements that she brings in. No, very nice. That's very nice. Sachin ji, would you like to say something?
Is there anybody want to speak?
किसी को कुछ बात कहना है? Anybody wants to express themselves? They are welcome to do that. But very, very beautiful things. No, if you actually sit calmly and just observe this story, whatever that we saw just now, there is a lot of depth in it. It is not just a story just like that. What are my takeaways? No doubt, Sangeeta ji's story is extremely important. What is the takeaway that we learned from this? What is it that we learned? We are getting that another pearl here. We are getting that another ruby here. No, this knowledge is that ruby, that pearl. No, Uchcham Koti. Just let go that thing, because whatever we know, anyway we know it. what is that new we are learning from this is something to ponder upon. Think about it. What is it that I heard? What is it that I learned from it? If you can devote this time for that, I'm sure we'll walk away learning something new. Otherwise, anyway, whatever we know, anyway, we know it. So think about it. What is it that I learned from this story? What is my takeaway? What is my experience related to this? And if you think like this, I'm damn sure something will come up. Something new will get to learn. So think on that path. What is it that we can do about this story? What is it that I can learn from this? Now that is what when I read this, now when I prepare, I said that is where I see that one point which clicked me so much today is that people usually think like, what am I supposed to do? What should I do? What about my daily routine duties and all that? Here, such a nice, beautiful saying by the Surya to Brahma. Why you want to drop your duties? You cannot drop your duties just like that. You are supposed to do that. Even though you are Mukta, even though you are Brahmadev, for them also, unke daily duties se chutkara nahi mila. And we keep on thinking, what is that? I should drop my duties. I should go here and there, run after everywhere in the search of knowledge and whatever. It's a very beautiful learning for such thought process. It directly hits that there is no such need. By doing all your daily routine, whatever you are doing, still you can continue to walk on this spiritual path. That was my takeaway. That is what I learned. Now that is what hit me in this story. And there are a lot many such intricate things. If we go deeper, observe them, we will get more details into it. Or if we just listen to just like another story, then this just like another story. Over to you all. I just want to give you the hints. What should be your thought process when we are there in this session? How we should actually carry it out, so that when we walk away with some new learning in our life. Over to you, Sachin.
Yeah, I think you have nicely explained, and Sangeeta ji also told a very good parable story. What I would like to say is that the Gyanis or the learned ones, even though they are established in knowledge, they are, you can say, icon for the rest of the society, and so they have to maintain some benchmark, because based on their behavior, the other people follows them. So that's what they have told in Gita also. So that is also one of the angles. Our duty is like that. So that yad yad acharti sreshta taddat itaret jana. That's what the shlok in Gita. So whatever the means the learned ones follows, the remaining society also follows that. The other thing what I would like to say means take away from this story from Induputra is that we have a tremendous power of mind actually, and whatever we can think, we can become. So that's what this Induputra story highlights. I think Swami Vivekananda, when they were told what is the success mantra, what is the mantra for success, and then he told that the success mantra is very simple. Whatever in whichever field you want success, make that idea as a central theme in your life. You walk with it, you sleep with it, you think about it, and you be unison with your goal. So if you are with that, you will achieve it. So that is the thing. So that is the power of mind, what we say. Also, I think nowadays in modern business or modern success, I think lots of books are there. They also means support this idea of visualization. Means if you want to achieve something, just visualize those pictures in your life. So that is a very profound technique. So if you want to be a doctor, or you want to be engineer, or you want to be a successful businessman, just visualize that thing. So that is the power of visualization. So if you can visualize it, there is the possibility that you can achieve it. But visualize it in detail. Means I am here, I'm owning this bungalow, this thing, and visualize it in minutest detail, so that you will conceive it. So that is what Yog Vaashishtha also tells us, because this is all the mind what we have created. It is all the dreams what we have created. So if we can perceive, means think about it, we can dream about it, we can achieve it. I would just like to tell one short story. Uh, all you know the George Washington, who was a U.S. America's first president. Uh, During his childhood, when he was in his going school days, going school boy, at that time when he was going every day when he was going into the school, there was a bell ringing, and when that bell started ringing, he make the one song out of that. The song was just like "Tan Tan Tan, US President is George Washington." That's what he used to say every day while when the bell started ringing. And that was in his subconscious mind. And eventually he became a president. So see the power of our subconscious mind and mind. Means if we think about one idea and central means make a just believe that this will be happening, it will happen. Just like what they have told in that Om Shanti Om, right? जो चीज आप चाहते हो तो पूरी कायनात उसमें आपको मदद करती है. So it is just like that. Have that positive thing, because everything you have created this. So you are the only the beneficiary. You are only the follower. But be careful, because this is just like a kalpa vruksha. What you want from this, you need to be double sure about it, because if you want something else, then you will have to repent on that. So ask something, or just expect something which can be everlasting, and you won't have to come back and ask again. So that is the message, I think. Thanks.
Such a profound inputs now. This is the thought process. You have to really do this. No, I really appreciate Sachinji. She has touched based upon many multiple points which you have seen in the story itself. No, he has explained the power of your mind, what a mind can do. He has also given a practical reference of how we can practically implement it, especially for all our youths. Now we are walking in the youths and they still do not know what should be their career. Choosing your career, right career, is so important. Not just for the sake of, oh, somebody is saying do this, somebody is saying that. No, you give a very careful thought process, underlying thought process, that what is it that you are asking. Because this is a kalparuksha, it will give you what you want. No, it will just, but be very careful what is that you are asking. Remember the story of Rakshasi, Karkakati? What she asked, despite of being all her efforts, what she asked is to become the Jiva Shuchika, Loha Shuchika. Be very careful in choosing your career. Very nicely touched upon Sachinji. He also addressed that the power of your mind is so much, one can attain even one can even become the Brahmadev. What is it but all the small things that we have, other things, getting a success in our life, that's nothing. You just utilize that laws of attraction. You think about it in the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, what is being explained here, that they think that I am Brahmadev, and ultimately they become one. So these are very nice, subtle stories. Don't get into this whether it will be possible or not. All these things are imaginary. This is not possible. Anyway, you don't have to say that. Yog Vaashishtha itself is saying this is all imaginary. So it is dropping all that thing. By reject. Many people reject certain things by saying, "Oh, all these things are not possible. It's just a fiction." Here, Yog Vaashishtha started with beautiful note. It said that anyway, it's a fiction only. It's just imagination. So ruled out all such rejection. But what is it that I can learn in my daily routine life? What is it that I can learn? Keeping that highest goal in life. Means even if it seems to do your routine duties, even if you're doing business, even if you're studying, Why to study? What is it that you will do after achieving that? You want to become an IAS officer. IAS officer can go and ruin the world also, and he can go and make many good changes in the society. What is your goal in life? Do you want to become an IAS officer and just enjoy that name and fame and earn a little bit of more money? Or is it that you want to bring in that positive change in the society? That is the higher goal. So attain you in your daily routines, actions with a higher goal. Ask for the highest and then work. And at the same time, don't drop. If you're a student, if you want to become an IAS officer, become. Nobody stops you. Yog Vaashishtha knowledge or any spirituality knowledge, neither the guru, never ever will stop you from attaining your goal. They will ask you, go, complete it. You complete it and then devote that knowledge towards bringing some positiveness, bringing uplift in the people. No? It's very, very great takeaways. Thank you so much, Sachinji, for touching upon all those points. Really, really nice. Likewise, are there any more learnings that we can see in this?
Just want to add in that the intensity matters. How badly you need one thing, that matters a lot, because that will give you more closer to the goal. So how badly you need, because if we see, Rama was badly needing knowledge, and he was at the cost of his own life as well. That's why he got that. So whatever we want, we need to be sure how intense our desire is.
Really fantastic, Sachinji. Anything else? This is a brainstorm session. So that is the reason we call this as a brainstorm session. If we open up our mouth, something will speak, something will come. If you ask question, something new will be learned. No, so it's a good. Most of the people who have worked in corporate world, there is always a brainstorm session. They just go and think wild. What is it could be, what it can be, and that time they do not think whether it will be practically feasible or. And that is how the invention, that is how the creativity comes out. No, it's the activity of your right brain. Thinking something which is very, very just logical is the activity of your left brain. But if you just go wild, then that is the activity of your right brain. That is what happens in a brainstorm session. So think about it, what it else can be. I'm just want to encourage you, inspire you to speak something. That doesn't mean that there is no, please don't feel forced. There is no force involved here. It's purely just to bring up something new, to get to hear something new. That's the whole purpose. And even if you do not speak, keeping quiet is also absolutely acceptable. That is also another beautiful state. So if you want to enjoy that, that is also fine. किसी को कुछ बोलना है, Mostly जी, रेबा जी, would you like to say something? Jenny ji is also there with us. Jenny ji, would you like to say something?
And I was just wondering, these 10 worlds that were created, does it refer to something that is there in our universe right now? Because I'm not aware. Or is it there in Hindu mythology?
No. So let us look at this as something. Let us, for the time being, just assume that. What assume? We do not know everything. Do we know? We have a limited capacity. We are not able to see even this entire universe itself. Can we see this? Forget about the universe. Do we know about our body? Can we prepare blood? We don't even know our body fully. No? How can we reject that it is not there? The first thing. So if we do not know, at least we can say that I don't know at max. It could exist, it could not exist. This is one viewpoint. Another viewpoint, that whatever it is being said, it is not real in nature, it is just the imaginary. It is there just imagining of the chitta of Brahmadev, is imagining that every day it is getting created, every day it is vanishing, all the universe. It may have created that point of time just in that day and it is vanished. That's it. Yog Vaashishtha is very clear about it. So we can say that it exists, we can say that it does not exist. See, focus is not there on whether it exists or not exists. Focus is what is it that we can get out of it. What is
Yeah.
it that we learn out of it? That should be, and this is well explained. When I was reading yesterday, the day before yesterday, I was reading that one page for the Soham. Every day I do that. One page we'll learn. And then I also explain what is the central theme of that particular page. There it is.
Even if it is there, what difference it makes to our life? That
No,
is
I was,
also one.
yeah, I
And the
was just
second thing
thinking,
is that there is no dearth of space in the imagination. We can have n numbers of worlds in this universe, and we'll see in the next chapters also. Even in a rock, there are multiple worlds. Okay, so every atom has a world on its own. So we can say every person, individual, is a universe itself. So means so there are all these worlds are getting created and destroyed also simultaneously.
okay.
So see the vastness of all these concepts what our rishis telling us. uh, all these worlds are coming, going, and everything destruction happening, all creation happening. So how insignificant we are, how insignificant we, what significance we give to our just mundane life, our quarrels, our pleasures. So if we think from that perspective, oh, it doesn't matter at all, because even the Shivas, Vishnus, and all these trinities are also getting dissolved, getting created, and just like a flash of your eyes, you can nimish, there are worlds getting created or dissolved. So how
Okay. No,
our life matters in that. So if we think in that perspective, we will have that non-attachment attitude.
yeah, I was thinking maybe it is like some kind of symbol. Those 10 words tend to symbolize something. That's, I just thought maybe, but it's not.
Yeah, means even if it is symbol, because we have not explored anything. There are many things that they say now aliens are there, because there can be a possibility of Earth-like atmosphere, climate existing in different galaxies. Okay, so we are not sure whether life is there or not. So we have not even means gone beyond our galaxy. How we can say that there can, because just like our planet, or you can say solar system, there are n numbers of solar systems
Yeah.
existing in this world. So there could be possibilities of it.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, that's very nice, Sachinji. Even from a perspective of looking at a science also, see what we thought here, that I have a space, because we think like that linear. We think linear, that there is one galaxy here, then there is little bit of distance between the another galaxies there. We think like, no, science goes in one step ahead. They think there is a parallel universe. It is not that it is somewhere, it is the universe, one universe is here and the second universe there is space in between. They say there is a parallel universe right now, in parallel. Right now there could be another person sitting here next to me in the another universe and doing something else here itself in the parallel. So this is just a thinking that goes on. And whatever these things are explained by Sachinji here, that having these different Brahmandas, your own chitta is one Brahmanda, it's creating your own Brahmanda. And when we compare that with the atoms and all that, if you go to the quantum physics, quantum mechanics, and we saw that movie, What the Blip Do, no, it touched upon all these things. They are still just discovering, and they're accepting that there are many things that we do not know. And yet they know that, okay, let me go and find out in the depth of that atom, and it is just the field of energy. It is just the energy, that's it, string theory. No, so according to string theory, it's just a filled up energy, and then there is no obstacle here. Because what we think, if I have this here, this bottle, and if I want to place this here, how will I place it? Because it will obstruct here. Why we think like this? Because we think this matter is a solid. But according to the energy string theory, this is nothing solid. You can space it. And going beyond that, even the energy string theory, this is just imagine, it's just a thought. What is thought? Thought is just energy. What is thought? It's not solid, no? So if we can have that, there is no, that is what Sachinji said, no? Yeah, there is no space limitation here. It is abundance. You can have it. So it could exist, it could not exist. This can be just mere a story, or it can be a truth. We don't know. But in both the aspect, whether it exists or not exist, still there is a lot of learning that is there. Focus on that learning. So that is what I was talking when Sachin actually took over. I was talking to Soham about all these things. I read one page and I explained. And on that page, this is mentioned. In this book, when we communicate knowledge, we will be using some illustrations. The purpose of that illustration was only to make you understand the intent. Once that intent is understood, drop that illustration. It's not important. Just that's okay. Just give it up. Don't need to form any concepts out of it, and don't stretch it beyond the relevance. That context is also very important. They have been told in that particular context only.
Okay.
So that just drop it. Yeah. Very nice.
Thank you.
Anything else? Rebaji, Bhosleji, Kusumtai. Kusumtai have not spoken from long time. Kusumtai, how is your health now? आपकी तबीयत कैसी है? How are you feeling now? Rebaji, would you like to say something? Sanjayji.
I love to attend this session very much because it is my sadhu sangha or satsang. I very much love to hear your talk and Songita ji's talk and Sachin Bhaiya's talks. I very much like, and I gain too much knowledge from your talk. I am a nursing personnel and work in government. Is head of the actual our headquarters, and I try to improve our nursing service in our state. So I like to visit many hospitals, but due to COVID, now it is restricted movements. It is restricted, and I also lead to meditation session in our National Health Mission office, but few days it is I not unable to lead these persons because now I'm very much busy in office. Actually, I have two offices, and one is Shastha Bhavan and one is Shastha Shati, two buildings, and two posts. I carry two posts. Now it is difficult for me to lead the meditation session, and they also not do meditation. It is actual. I told them you continue, but they not continue without me. So I am feeling not good as I am unable to. But I think I give time few days after when my workload is less, and I also want to attend your sadhanas. I want to lead the pranayam or meditation, but during in night I sleep during 11:30 p.m. So I not wake up in 4 or 4:30 a.m. for my sadhana. Actually, I am doing Shayam, and I think said that 2 times Shayam. So I not this money. I not doing. I not assist till now, and I am also having some confusion or hesitation. If it is Bengali program, then I easily attend and doing this sadhana, but I try to attend this.
Nice, Rebaji. See what is happening here. Can we sense that what is happening? Rebaji is into one particular profession. That profession is such a nice and noble profession. But then she is missing all these things, because once you get the nectar, the taste of the nectar, then if you happen to do something else, you miss that. But my request to Rebaji would be that you are already into seva. You do not feel that there is something else kind of seva exists and I need to do that, I need to do this. Just drop this. Just drop all these things. You already are into nursing, you already visiting the hospitals, you already get to see that there are many people who needs your service. And if you do your duty properly, you are anyway doing your seva. Don't feel that I am missing something. Missing Gurudev is absolutely fine. Oh, that is there. That Krishna conscious is there. We miss him. We get entangled with him, and we tend to miss him. But other things, that whatever is happening with don't need to become dukhi about it. Don't need to feel sad about it. You are anyway doing it. Have that contentment. Have that trupti, that santosha, that I have been assigned. This is what we learned in our day-to-day routine life. Whatever the duty has been given. Brahmadev says, what is it that I will go and create 11th universe here? 10 are already existing here. Why should I create the wind? That is where the sun says that no. You, whatever the duties that has been assigned to you, are supposed to do that duty. You cannot drop your duties just like that. So in doing your duties, but not getting entangled out of it, itself is a mukti. And you are already in such a noble profession. If you are serving those people, seeing that is what you are here for. You are serving those people. Have that contentment, have that santosha in life. The regrets will not be there that I'm missing something. Just do this as a practice. Can we do that, Rebaji? Yes? Very good. Sanjay ji is also here. Sanjay ji, would you like to say a few things?
एक स्टॉर्म बोलते हैं ना, तो एक जो सुनने का वो भी स्टॉर्म लग रहा है अभी, क्योंकि एक इन्फिनिट जो वर्ल्ड बोलते हैं और उसमें हमारा मन, उसका विजुअलाइजेशन सचिन जी ने बहुत खूबसूरती से बताया कि जब लिंकिंग एक सोचना आगे बढ़ता है तो आदमी का चरित्र और वो आदमी बनता भी वैसा है। बहुत खूबसूरत लगा वो। और आपने भी जो बताया, संगीता जी का मैंने नहीं सुना अभी, लेकिन ठीक है, मैं कंटिन्यू इंग्लिश में भी ज्वाइन हो जाऊंगा और बात तो हिंदी में करूंगा, इतनी बात है बाकी नहीं। अच्छा लगता है एक एक आगे बढ़ने के लिए, एक एक स्टेप आगे बढ़ने के लिए। बहुत खूबसूरत है। बस इतना ही कहूंगा मैं।
Can I add to Rebaji's point?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, so actually that is what it was going on in my mind, and that is what she said. Okay, exactly that what we read, what you explained over here. Okay, the eldest brother, he says, just sit on a lotus flower and see yourself as a Brahma, right? So you see yourself as you are the creator, that everything is there within me. Everything, the whole universe, he describes the mountains, the continents, oceans, everything is there. And the sun is also shining within me. Now the creation takes place. So everything that what we are seeing and wherever we are, I think so we are the Brahmas, not think so. Actually it is that only. We have thought like that and we are there. So think that I am liberated and also think that I am full of this knowledge, and then you work. So that gives you the satisfaction also. So instead of regret, how to go into the satisfaction is just take that vow that you are that Brahma who has created all this. So that won't, lead you to regret. So always have that, that knowledge with you, and then you work. Then you will see the satisfaction which comes with it. Yeah. So instead of something emptiness within you, you will be full of the peace and joy that you are doing. And that will give you, of course, more satisfaction when you do it. That is what I feel. Yeah. So I can I can relate to that. So that's what I said. I just answered her question. Yeah, one of the dimension you can take.
Very nice. और किसी को कुछ कहना है? Anybody wants to add something to this? Kusumta, are you there? If not, then we will just take a pause here. तो आज का यह सेशन, today's session, we'll take a pause here. We'll stop so that we can meet tomorrow. Jai Gurudev.